all the monks of the monastery and the members of the Buddhist Society to welcome Ajahn Plien Panyapadipo, who is a monk who lives in Thailand, and his monastery is the secluded abode forest monastery in northern Thailand in the province of Chiang-Mai. And I will give you a short introduction of his biography, and this evening we're going to have a special session of questions and answers. So if you have some burning questions and issues that you want to ask, then please feel free. But without further ado, I would like to give an introduction to Ajahn Plien by saying that firstly he was born on the 16th of November in 1933 in Sakonnakhon province of northeast Thailand. He was the third of 6 children and was born into a family of merchants and traders. And when he was a young man or a young teenager, he was always motivated to ordain. And he asked his mother at the age of 12 to ordain as a novice monk. And she, being very attached to him, refused. So he asked again at the age of 14. She again refused. Being persistent, he asked at the age of 16 to ordain. Again, she refused. And then again at the age of 20, he asked to ordain as a monk, and she again refused. So finally, in 1959, when he was 25, she gave him permission to ordain temporarily, just for 3 months. And he has now been a monk for 43 years. He has had many teachers and is in the lineage of Ajahn Man, who was also Ajahn Chah's teacher. And one of his most famous teachers was the well-renowned meditation monk called Waerne. And he spent many years training both with Waerne and many other of the well-renowned forest meditation monks, way back in the days when living a forest life in northeast Thailand, and the north of Thailand was very austere. In 1986, Ajahn Plien visited Perth, Western Australia here, and Bodhinyana Monastery, and stayed with us. And in those days, we had a very small Buddhist organization, and the Buddhist Society of Western Australia was residing in our premises at Magnolia Street in North Perth. And in the car today, he commented that in those days we had a very small room and it wasn't big enough to fit everyone in. So I think he's very pleased to see that we've moved to a bigger room, which also isn't enough to fit everyone in. When he visited our monastery, Bodhinyana Monastery, in 86, it was a very small structure at those days. We only had a few buildings up, and there was only a few monks there. And I remember he told me that he made it in his meditation. He saw the future development of the monastery, and he predicted that in the future there would be at least 20 monks, and there would be a large group of nuns, and many, many lay people practicing the Dhamma. And now, 16 years later, he comes back, and I can happily say that many of those predictions he made at that time have fortunately come true. So without further ado, I would like to introduce and welcome Ajahn Plien on his return to Perth and WA, and I hope he has a very happy and successful stay here. He did speak to me just before coming over here, and he said that he's not interested in sightseeing. All he's interested in is teaching the Dhamma. And so tonight he is here to make himself available to you. And if you have any questions, then please don't hesitate to ask. and I will do my best to translate as accurately and as correctly as possible. So, is there any questions? Yes. I'll repeat the question. The person would like to understand the concept of sharing merit, doing good actions, and then sharing that intention to other people so that she understands the concept correctly and is doing it properly. โอกาสท่านอาจารย์ โยมขอท่านอาจารย์อธิบายเรื่องการทำบุญและอุทิศบุญกุศลแก่ผู้อื่นเขาอยากจะเข้าใจเรื่องการทำบุญอย่างนี้เวลาเราทำบุญแล้วควรจะอุทิศบุญกุศลยังไงและผู้รับเป็นเขาจะรับแบบไหนเพื่อต่อไปเขาจะได้ปฏิบัติถูกหลักพุทธศาสนา